in the chat box and say hello. And listen in wonder to the Craig and Tizz show. You know what, Craig? I'm still to this day excited that we have, and we're still we're the first show, but we have a theme tune. That's like such an upgrade for XRP as a show.
It is. Every time I watch it, I'm amazed by it. I just noticed today that your mouth never moves.
Because I don't sing. You're the singer, see?
Yeah, but you have the one part where it says say hello, and you got like a big thought bubble over your head that says hello, but you don't actually move your mouth.
Yeah, because, you know.
So you have telepathy or something.
Well, Craig comes first in the name, doesn't it? Craig and Tizz show. It's Craig and... Craig and the button presser. I think that's what we should call it from now. Craig and the button presser.
Craig and the button presser. Well, then we have to make a whole new intro now then.
Here we are again. Thanks for stopping by to listen to the button presser and... No, it's too many syllables.
That's a lot of syllables.
Too many syllables. We can't do
that. Yeah. We're going to stick with Milkman. Right? I keep calling it Wolfman. I like Wolfman better. The Wolfman. I don't know.
Who's the Wolfman? I'm not a wolf.
I know you're not, but it sounds cool. You know? You want to be a Milkman or a Wolfman?
I mean, yeah, it is cooler than a Milkman, in fairness. What I would say is something.
Here's the thing. Would you buy milk from the Wolfman?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea. Right, I think I've pressed all the buttons that I need to press. How's everyone doing? Who's here? Who isn't here? Let us know. Join us in the chat box, xrpradio.co.uk/chat. This is a very chatty show, unlike a lot of the other XRP shows. I know we've got quite a handful of listeners on various platforms. Our Alexa listeners, our TuneIn listeners, our Stream UK One listeners, all the different listeners on all the different platforms. You can still listen on those platforms. I'm not stopping you from doing that. But join us in the chat box. Jump on your mobile phone, your little tablet, your little notebook or laptop.
Oh boy.
And get on the chat box and come join us. You're all more than welcome. And we read out things that you say, especially if they're hilarious.
We do. You should come talk to us. We're very friendly people.
We've got quite the show planned today.
We do.
We're talking time, music, and management. Something that I have an annoyingly large amount of input to have because I have zero time and lots of music to deal with. Whereas juxtapositionally, Craig has all of the time, but he still has a lot of music to deal with.
I do.
So, yeah. Craig forces it upon himself. I have it forced upon me. They're the two differences, I guess.
That's very true, actually. We're kind of like the polar opposites of each other, I suppose.
In many ways. This show shouldn't work, but it does.
It should not, because you have a younger hip dude like Tizz, and then an older retired guy like me, who's more worried about like where to get my next package of Depends underwear, or what else am I buying at my age? I don't know. Those protein shakes that old people buy, that type of thing. So, yeah, we have nothing in common whatsoever, apparently, but it works.
I also like the fact that like our typical drink is even like you're sitting there with Pepsi, and I'm sitting here with pepperoni.
See, it's close.
See, it's in not on the inside. In name alone.
Yup.
So yeah, I like the Milkman and the old annoying guy. The only problem is in the UK at least, Milkmen are considered old annoying guys, so that might be off-putting for lots of listening to the old annoying guy and another old annoying guy.
Yeah, and yet another old annoying guy. Yeah. Oh well. Hey, I could have made it old annoying guys with a plural.
And the old annoying, but then we'd have to have something to listen to, some music, and
with those old annoying guys, that would have worked. Shoot.
Oh shit! I mean, we did say we were going to have remakes in the future. This is season 1 still, after all.
What if we do an ending?
We do.
Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, thanks for stopping by and listening to music with those old annoying guys. See?
Yeah, we're on to a winner.
Yeah.
We can have an ending in season 2. It's episode 14, would you believe?
That is craziness.
I think I'm right anyway. Am I right?
I don't know. Are you right?
Yeah, because 13 was the last one, and it was 13. Get ready for a lot of teen rhymes.
Yeah, because it was the bad luck. It was the bad luck episode last week.
We had such bad luck.
Yeah, but
today everything went wrong. Today is the first. Oh yeah, I remember saying that as well. We're gonna have 2 bad luck shows in a row, are we?
But no, it's not Friday though, so we should be just fine. Whoever heard of Wednesday the 13th? That's not bad.
Is this talking about the 13? This is something completely off the wall. Wasn't intended to talk about this. Oh shit! That button needs to be quicker.
I know, man.
Tensions alert! 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 Tensions.
So,
yes.
In the UK, the 13 is like so superstitious that it has molded itself in like things like construction and layouts of things. So I don't know if this is the same in the States at all or in certain areas. But in the UK, you very rarely have a number 13 on the road. It'll go,
really?
Yeah, it'll go 12, 14, 15. They'll just skip out number 13.
Really?
And I thought it was a Birmingham thing to start with, but after the job that I do, the amount of 13s that I do not knock has made it very obvious. Another thing, so typically the right size of a house, in the UK, the typical 2-floor house size, the sensible amount of steps to have it on your stairs would be 13.
Right.
But they don't do that. So typically in British houses, Kat knows this, stairs are very narrow and very steep because we take the stair out just to ensure that there isn't 13 steps.
That is funny. Do your buildings have 13 floors?
This is a fun thing, actually. So in older buildings, if you had, and it's very rare in the UK that you have a skyscraper of that tallness anyway.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But in some of the high-rise flats, in the older ones, there would be a 13th floor, but it would just be it would be smaller, narrower, and barren. There wouldn't be any flats in there. The lift wouldn't stop on that floor. There'd just be a floor, kind of a ghost floor that you go above. In newer ones, it goes from 12 to 14, and they just don't name floor 13. They just call it 14 instead. Going up.
I don't think we do in the States either. I'm not sure.
None of that there.
I don't. Connie is really smart. Connie, do our skyscrapers and buildings have a 13th floor? Is that considered bad luck? We don't, right? No, we don't.
You don't.
If she says we don't. So
this is a universal thing.
Because my wife is an expert when it comes to building construction and design, and she understands that. Among everything else she knows, so 13th floor, no.
Yeah. There's another thing as well, like quite a few. It used to be only clothing things, but it went onwards, and it's specifically I've heard a thing in like China and Japan as well, that they won't send out item or order number 13.
Wow.
So say you've made say for instance, Craig, you made 100 CDs.
Right.
Copy 13 would be thrown in the bin.
That is really... See the stuff we're learning today already in the show? I mean, I didn't know we were quite this informational.
Ironically, all of that should have been said in episode 13, really.
Well, next year.
But we're saying it on the 13th. Well, it could be season 2, episode 13. We'll just do this episode again.
Well, I think we have to see if after the first year, if XRP renews our what's the word I want? Not contract, gives us the okay for a season 2.
Yeah, there is a word for that. I know there is.
There is. I don't know what renews our option. Is that what I want?
I mean, it might be over there, but I don't recognize that as a phrase. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to. The powers that be at XRP are going to have to look at this crap for a year and go, well, was it worth it? Was it entertaining enough? Was it? It was something.
No, I enjoy it, and that's the important thing these days.
Well, I show up for 2 hours and, well, I guess we should have said that. We should have said that from the get-go, Mish. Stand by for bullshit. Hey, why don't you make that drop, Tizz, and put it in the studio?
We'll get it in. That's definitely a Booms voice thing. That is. We need to get Booms on that.
Stand by for bullshit.
I'm glad. I think I managed to bait Rekka coming in, because in one of the little link promos that I put out, I literally went, well, there is a topic. We're not telling you what it is. Rekka doesn't even believe we have a topic.
Wrecker, I was talking to Tizz about this before the show started. I thought it was the best thing in the world that last week we're talking about the topic of the show, and you go, wait, there's a topic every show? I go, well, we start out talking about it. It just doesn't last that long.
But yes, the topic of the week, going back to loading up the show in the correct way. I like the way Catherine does our promo if we're busy. I did the writing of it, but Catherine actually wrote the words, as it were. And then I did the posting and the tagging and all that. But full-time job, family, kids, a pet that throws up right before you leave for sound check. That has actually happened to me as well. We're talking music and time management, how to rock and still be a functioning human. Yes. Ever had to cancel a gig? I cancel a kid because a kid got sick.
Cancel a kid because you had a gig.
Yeah.
I like that better.
Tried writing a song at 3 a.m. without waking the whole house, or maybe you nailed the perfect balance between work, family, and stage time, in which case tell us your secrets. That's the main stuff that we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about a load of other weird stuff. Of course, we have What's for Dinner. We have
Geek Time,
Show and Tell. And how are you today?
What's new this week?
What's new this week? That's the way we put it, isn't it? Not how are you today?
Right. How are you? Different. Yes.
We also have some hot picks. What are the hot picks, Craig?
Today's hot picks are The Ivory Tower from Kalahari, Dolls by Last Inside, Craig Allen Hecht with the final verse, Brian McKell with Smile, Speed Frisbee with a song called Growing Older, Half Moon Panic with a song called Small Time, and Holly Lovelady with a track called Oriane.
I'm so glad you did that, because
hot picks.
Because
you didn't know.
No, I did know. What track did you say was from Last Inside?
From Last Inside was the track called Dolls.
We apparently don't have this at the moment.
What?
Oh, right. Wait a sec. I fucked up inside.
No.
There we go.
What did you type?
I
Lost
typed
Inside?
No, there's a track by Last Inside called Last Ones. And I got those confused with each other, so I was looking for a band called Last Ones. We're all good now. Don't worry about it. All the tracks are queued with fire.
I like mishappenings in the chat box. Cancel a kid. Right on. Yeah, I told my kids, sorry, you guys are canceled, so I can go make this gig. It was very important. Oh man, that's great.
I do actually know someone that it sounds worse than it is because of the way things happened. So I won't bait him up by pointing him out, but he was playing a gig whilst his child was being born.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
That is some dedication, man.
Yeah. Now, admittedly, he was way out. I think, as I remember, he was in Birmingham. The gig was in Newcastle, so it's quite a distance anyway.
Yeah,
they were very busy setting up because they're going that far, so they're setting up their own stage and stuff like that. So it was all
right. Yeah,
it wasn't realistic that he'd have even made it back in time anyway. That it was a premature. Suddenly, wife was like, "Oh shit, I'm giving birth 2 weeks early."
Right.
So it wasn't like he was being a horrible man and not being there for his job purposefully. It just so happened that the sequence of events led to him playing a gig whilst his kid was being born.
That's amazing.
I also know someone that started that. Well, I didn't know them, but I was in the gig room with them when their waters broke at the gig.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so that was quite fun. The question
That's
everyone
amazing.
At first, the band were it was a band called what they were called now. Crap! It began with an A. I'll remember it later.
Of course.
But at first stage, they're like, "How cool is that baby getting born at a gig?" And then halfway through the gig, the singer goes, "Hang on a second, can we just reverse a bit? Why was that lady days before giving birth, or even a week before giving birth, at a gig in the fucking first place?"
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is this like you know they say that like there's all these remedies like if you eat a hot curry you can give birth.
Yeah,
all that.
yeah.
Like, was it one of these? You know.
Yep. Go to a gig and have your stomach nailed by subwoofers, shake you up a little bit. You know, they'll get them out of there.
It seemed to. Well, in fact, it did. Yeah.
If I remember it, I think Connie will correct me on this. I think when she was pregnant with our daughter, we took her to see Cheap Trick or Van Halen. That didn't. What was it? Cheap Trick. It didn't knock her out of there though. She stayed put.
Oh well.
Yeah, I know. Oh well. Anyway,
you needed to play some Craig and Hecht.
There wasn't such a thing back then. So, all right, moving swiftly onward.
Should we play our first track and then start the topic?
Yes, start the topic. Okay, here we go. The first song is called "The Ivory Tower" and it's from Kalahari. And it's heavy, baby.
Tech is working.
Yeah, I love when tech works.
Did you see how much I didn't like it on Saturday?
I sure did. I felt so bad for you. It was like half an hour of you struggling.
I felt bad for Kat because, like, she likes to try and help, and I'm like...
I know, it's like, what could she do? You know?
Fine.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people, though, that, like, I am ridiculously technically proficient. So if someone says something to me like, "Why don't you restart?" I'm like, just shut the fuck up. We have problems with our tablets all the time, and the first thing anyone says to me when I'm like, "This is going wrong," is, "Have you turned it off or on again?" And I'm like, just shut up.
Yep.
Just shut up. Don't ever ask me that again. The first thing I did when it went wrong was turn it off and on again.
But isn't that's the situation for everything? If something doesn't work, you unplug it, give it 30 seconds, and plug it back in. That's everything.
That's the first thing you do, and then you ask people.
And then you try to find the owner's manual.
I try not to have to do that. I like talking to people. If I don't know and I'm about to look at a manual, I'll probably, like, if it's a Mac thing, I'll just go to Apple support. I'll be like,
yeah. Talk to a genius.
It's mostly because my mind has got to that limit. I know when I bring more information in, this is really fucking heavy. This is so heavy. Wow.
Oh man.
Like when I learn something new, it puts that. And when you read an owner's manual, you read a load of stuff that you didn't need to know to find the bit you did need to know.
Right.
And now that's in my head, and I'll sit there and I'll be like, okay, I now know how to route audio via virtual sound cards into one stream. Brilliant. I've completely forgot how to even work my mixing desk now. And I don't need to route my sound in these 6 different ways. I only needed to route it from there to there, please.
Yeah. Oh, funny.
Great guitar solo.
Yeah. I want a little bit heavier this week.
I like this bit a lot. It's quite proggy, like heavy prog metal.
Yeah.
Not so keen on the Cookie Monster.
Yeah, I didn't know it had the Cookie Monster vocals. I didn't get that far into it, but I like the intro was great. You know, being an older guy, you know, when the first time I heard these vocals like this, I go, why are they so upset? We didn't do stuff like that in '75.
I mean, I like some shouty things. There's a band called The Used, which do quite a good mix of the two, but it's more shouty than growly, screamy. You understand what they're saying.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I want to know what you're talking about, man.
And I know, I guess people like that. I do know some metalers that are like, "What you on about?" He's saying, "I like to stroke my puppy," and when he's saying like or whatever it is, you know, but they know it word for word. They can understand it. So I understand that people like it and whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm also in the same breath. This track itself has proven that they can do quite cool, clean vocals of it, and it sounds fantastic.
Yeah. I agree.
So,
yeah, I've seen a lot of variations on this, where you have like the one band has like a female singer and they sing something pretty. Then the other guy goes, it's like, well, okay, I don't get it. But...
the one thing that I've like, if that's what you will really want to do, kind of fair enough to a point. But there's two things specifically that just alienate a whole group of listeners, and that's screaming on the track and like gangbanger N-bomb lyrics in a rap track. And they can have good flow and have really good kind of metaphorical lyricism, but they drop that many, it turns off a whole group of people. And the same with metal. As soon as you start screaming, it turns off a whole group of people. That if you have got music that doesn't drop M-bombs, or you have got music like in this case that doesn't have the screamy shouty bit, why alienate that whole group of people?
Yeah, I get that. The other day on the radio, it was like the music in a store or something. I heard one of those songs. It was a country song, but it had like a country guy singing, you know, country vocal. Then all of a sudden, like a hardcore rap guy shows up in the middle of the country song. I knew that was a thing, but I'd never heard it before, so it was shocking to me.
But yeah, there's a lot of urban meets country, urban meets acoustica as well. But there's that track.
All right.
Kalahari with Ivory Tower. I think, actually, Craig, I think that's the most we've like hardcore discussed a track and about a track whilst the track's been playing.
I think you're right. Yeah, we were kind of analyzing it.
Yeah, Rek is saying sorry, but I'm just not a fan of this style of vocals. That's exactly what we were saying. Pretty much in the green room, as I like to call it, or backstage.
It was one of those where like I said before, when I pick these songs out, I'm pretty much you got to grab me right away. And the intro to this really kind of got me. I like the guitar and everything, and it's good riff.
It is cool that we can like from the start of something we can experience like that's cool. And we can experience something that we might not have experienced if someone just played the 30 seconds in the middle chorus or whatever.
Right. I mean, that's the thing, I try to never criticize someone else's taste in music. I think everything is valid to someone. Maybe it's not my personal thing, but I'm certainly not going to belittle somebody else for liking something that I don't.
One thing that I've learned to do over time is being able to be like, I don't like it, but that's done well.
Yeah.
Like country music is specific because I'll never like it. There's a few little kind of things bearing on the bluegrass sides that are closer to kind of Brit folk that I can get on with. It's the twangy vocals that get me, to be honest. That's Dolly Parton style twang to the vocals. Just don't it, sorry.
That real deep South stuff. Yeah.
And it's quite ironic for me, considering that as a general rule of thumb, if your accent shines through in your music, I will love it. But, I don't know. There's something that just grates with me on that. However, being someone that like, if I'm ever recording bands as such, I know I'm a lot better at recording like acoustic strings and vocals and stuff like that over like a full rock band.
Yeah.
So like I can sit there and I can go, that violin is played exquisitely, not to my taste, but exquisitely.
Yep, I get that.
But coming back to the growly vocals, I can't. The only way that I can tell if a growly vocalist is doing it well or not is if in 20 years they can still do it, I guess. So I know they've done it properly and they've blown out their own vocal cords, but like there's not really a measure, and in my eyes of like that's a good growly vocalist and that's a bad growly vocal. There's some that I'm like that sounds better than that one to me. But
yeah,
because you have like the witches and then the goblins and the cookie monsters. And the weird thing is, I know a lot of people understand what I'm on about here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, it's just, if you're going to have these lyrics, right, and you've got that kind of impact, I want to know what you're talking about. If all I'm getting is, well, no, I mean, I get, okay, you have attack, you have aggression, great, but what are you talking about? If I can't understand it, you're kind of not proving your point,
This is one of the most depressing things for me as and maybe you as a lyric writer. Like I've gone and read, but so there's people that have sent me metal tracks and gone, "Can you review this?" And I'll be like, "But I can't review the lyrical content because I don't understand the lyrical content." So they'll send me a copy of their lyrics, and I'll read it, and I'm like, "This is fantastic! This is fantastic lyric writing. What a crying shame! What an absolute shame!" Because if I'd have heard that clean, I'd have probably got emotional while I was listening to the track. I'd have felt it in here. But what I did do is I listened to the whole track all the way through and go, good production, solid guitars, very clinical. Yeah. And then away from it, I've read a nice little story. You know what I mean? Why these two things should be nicely knitted and matched. But again, I agree. Same breath, we have listened to a lot of foreign music with foreign vocals on it, not understanding a word of the vocals, and enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Quite a lot of Finnish music that we've had in that both of us have sat here and gone, we like that. We don't understand it, but it's a really nice piece of music.
Yeah. It's ironic as well, because a lot of times metal bands are the ones that will have the cool concept albums or the cool, like the Journey Through Hell or, something kind of like that, like storyline stuff, right? But you can't understand it unless you find the lyric sheet. Otherwise, you don't know what the hell they're talking about.
There can be very clever political lyrics as well. I like a lot of metal music. If they go political, they don't. It's not like typically, which you get in some rap like "fuck you, Donald Trump," and it's not directed. It's very surreptitious, and it's pointed around like experiences that people have because of politics that are happening in the world over what like direct events and whatever. They've got longevity to them because they're issues that will always be with us.
Right. Exactly. Now, Mishappening is saying here, hang on, Craig, you can't understand fuck all in Tizz's songs either. What do I have to say about that then? The one thing that I have gleaned from Tizz's lyrics is that he's probably related to everybody. I know that. That's the one thing I've learned listening to Tizz Shearer's music over the last 10 years is that he's related to everybody.
I'm beginning to believe that I was related to everyone. Yes. That came off. Do you remember that period where everyone was going mad over Ancestry.com?
Yes,
and
I
getting
do.
your whole family tree and whatever. And I was looking at people posting it online, and my granddad got heavy into it as well. And I'm looking at it, and I'm looking what everyone's put in there. And I'm like, this is all the same. Like, everyone is real. So if you're, like, I'm looking at people in the same area, and I go, if your uncle, great uncle was Henry V's butler, and your uncle was Henry V's great butler, then there's something like this is getting a bit creepy. I don't want to think too much about this now.
Yeah,
that's where that actually came from.
Yep, exactly. Because you're gonna find out.
It came off a Facebook post from someone, I can't remember who it was now. But they'd posted because everyone was going mad about it, and they're like, can someone please tell me how to find the roots of my family tree? And I was like, that's a lyric, that is. I'm nabbing that. And they just took those two things. Yeah. Will you please tell me how to find the roots of my family tree? I'm beginning to believe I'm related to everybody. Yeah, that was just off one day when I was sitting down, just scrolling in Facebook, and the two things just happened. Social media has a lot of responsibility for start points of my lyrics.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of something else you said that really caught my ear as much as that. I really can't offhand, unfortunately. But yeah, I love that lyric.
And ironically, that's in Still Smoking, where I reckon a lot of people would say other things from the chorus are the ones that's stuck in their mind. So that's quite interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Mish wanted to know what I've gotten out of your lyrics. There you go. Yeah. So what have you got? What have you gotten out of my lyrics, Tizz?
I mean, the problem is, what
message have I imparted to you?
I instantly that you like stories, I guess.
Okay, fair.
For me, obviously, you've got early tunes that I like from the Third Bridge, such as like The Traveller and that era of tunes.
Megachild.
Not only do I like his music anyway, but they hold a bit of a special part in my soul.
I understand.
But most honestly, when I think of you and music, my mind instantly goes to Dragon Riders, Cluckzilla, Captain Midnight, and And if you like that, it's not like you're making a political statement. What have I taken from those lyrics? A whole fucking story from start to finish. Like what? But the main thing that I think of most of the time with you is I want more. I'm one of those guys that when I finish, especially a good anime season, and it's done, and especially if it's because most quality like Death Note, they just did 37 episodes. That was it. I think it was 37, 38 episodes. That was it. They finished the story, done. And I get to that point, I'm like, I need more. I am involved. I am attached to this now. This can't end here. I don't like this now.
Right.
And like Captain Midnight ended, and I was like, so prequel? What was his back history?
I don't think so.
Where did the ship come from? How was the ship built? You know what I mean? Like I'm a Star Wars universe lover, so like when things like the Acolyte came out, which a lot of people disliked, I'm like, I'm getting prehistory here of my favorite thing in the world. I love this.
Right.
It's why Andor was so good, because it was that bit before the world's favorite Star Wars.
Yeah.
It was the run up to that bit, so it just held lots of love from a lot of people for it to work. I think Andor would have worked if it was done by like Ron Howard. I reckon it'd still be good.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's So that's where you get me with your lyrics. You always leave me wanting more. I mean, we still don't know how Clucky and Megaton are doing over there. Like what they're doing at the moment. What's happening?
Yeah, I'm pretty much that's pretty much a done story. I think
know.
I really.
I'm not. This is not me convincing you, because you would literally be pandering to one person, and that would be me. And my persistent, obsessive compulsion with storylines.
Yeah. Well, the thing too, I love the whole story song concept and everything, but I'll be honest, the older I get and the more I do, the harder it gets. I mean that. You guys have heard about that new one I'm working on, Temple of the Sun. That thing is going to be... I'm finally getting some ideas now. I have some test recordings, little bits and pieces. I kind of have an idea now how it's going to sound, I think. But it's hard, especially when you're one guy, and trying to get all that stuff together. And that's kind of what I talk about in my new song that came out last night, the final verse. It's like, am I finally tired of doing all this shit? And at this point, I'm not, but I came damn close.
Do you ever feel like, coming back to the topic which we said we were going to talk about?
Yeah. I'm sorry about that.
As you're making music, do you ever feel like, because you have more time now, you've almost obligated yourself to having to do or wanting to do more music?
Yes. But the problem with it is that you have to be in the mood to do it. I can't just come down here and force myself.
Do you ever have those times, like, because I know I don't know if you still do this, but I remember for a while regularly on your Sunday afternoon, it would be like family dinner time. Was it Sunday afternoon?
Yeah, every Sunday, yeah.
Yep. So you're doing that. Are you ever sitting there like with your roast dinner or whatever it is you have, sitting there right there and going, fuck, I could make a tune now?
No, I don't, because I have my brain figured out that Sunday is my day off from music, right? So I don't think about it on that day.
So you've dedicated it as your day off from music. So this is kind of reverse of the topic. This is almost like, how do you get away from it? How do you give yourself time away from music rather than making time for it, I guess?
Well, I've said before, it's such a strange. I'm such a strange guy. Anyway, but my post retirement life has been either I'm writing music, or I'm gaming, or I'm reading, or I'm exercising at the gym. That's pretty much all I do. Or I go somewhere and travel. That's pretty much it. So it's like, if I'm not doing one, I have to figure out, well, what should I do instead? The worst thing for me is just to sit and have nothing to do. That drives me out of my mind. Like, I should be doing something, And I mean, not to really bring this up, but the older you get and you understand your time is finite and limited, okay? Not in a morbid sense, okay? But I understand I have less time in front of me than I have behind me, right? Mm-hmm. I've only got so much time to do these things before either I can't or I'm not able to, So music is like, as long as my hands work, I can do it. If I get arthritis or something, we're done, You know, so the back of my head, the clock's always ticking. You know, what do I have left time wise? You know, and that's where I'm going on a tangent again, but that's where my depression kicks in because I'll get obsessed about that. You know, it's like I've only got so much time. I have to get going. You know, and I'm never going to force music just to make music, just to make myself happy. It needs to sound good and satisfy me, and that's the hard part. You know, so. Anyway, I'm not sure if I answered that question, but
I know I'm at the kind of middle-age crisis area of that similar thing. So it's not so much like I haven't got enough time or whatever. Quite often I'm thinking like it's that period I was warned about this by so many people where you're sitting there and going like things as simple as what if the government's controlling everything that we're doing and this and that and blah 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 blah, or to the other side of if this all an artificial simulation, is anything real? And then I end up sitting there and usually I'm like, well, if it is, I'll just play some games now, or well, if it is, I'll make music anyway because I enjoy that. Like, it is what it is. If that is the situation, I can't do fuck all about it, so let's carry on and have some fun. The problem with that is you end up going, well, if this is a simulation, I'd rather them not make me go sell milk all day. If this is a simulation, can they make me get home a little bit quicker from work, please? You know what I mean? Can they suddenly be like more trains on or something? That's only if it's a simulation. That's only a little bit of code. Oh, if there's a big frog in the sky moving around like chess pieces, you know, can we just take a row off the chessboard just so we can do it a bit quicker, please?
But the interesting thing, though, is that you said the right answer, which is don't worry about things and obsess about things you can't control. Okay? That's the hardest thing for me to do. I'll get stuck in my head and just keep processing these things over and over and over and never get out of it. But I can't do anything about it. So what's the point?
For me, my instant reaction to that most of the time, and I do get in my head like that, I'll sit down and think, I've just spent half an hour where I could be doing something else thinking about this.
Yep.
Why waste it? Like I'm wasting the finite amount of time that I've just been worried about.
And that almost harkens back to our topic this week, which is, you know, when you've only got so much time with family and friends and everything else, right? All your activities, you know, can you go out and gig every weekend? You know, can you make a band rehearsal every Wednesday night? Go learn new tunes? You know, I mean, how do you fit all that how do you fit all that stuff in there?
How about you guys in the chat box? How are you fitting things in to your very busy lifestyles? And how do you prioritize? See, some of the times, I know what an important thing for me with my busy life schedule is just to allow myself to be a little bit selfish here and there. But it's coming out of that, like I sit down and be like, fuck everything, I'm playing some games now. Or this bit of whatever I'm doing is just for me, even if I'm just watching an episode of Rick and Morty on TV or something like that. That 22 minutes, 38 seconds is my 22 minutes, 38 seconds. Thank you very much.
Right.
It's weird that I know the lengths of certain episodes of things. Don't worry about that. And then afterwards, I think, should I really sat down and just had a chat with Catherine for half an hour, or should I have really, spent some, or should I phone my mom and gone and organise the next trip that I'm going to Birmingham, or you know what I mean? That's my bigger worry than finding the time for certain things. I'm quite happy to be in the moment, quite selfish if it's that time where I very much know that I need to be. And it's not like I do it often, to be fair, or I don't think I do it often anyway.
I think that's really important to do that, though. I mean, I've been married 44 years now, and as much as I love being with my wife, just doing things together. I don't care if it's going to the grocery store or whatever. I enjoy being with her, but I think you do have to give yourself some time for yourself, and it's not a selfish thing. It's something you deserve. It's something you need. You can't just be with each other constantly. I think it takes some people a while to learn that skill, though. They think they need to be with their significant other constantly, and just a little bit of space isn't a bad thing, But
I have to say, sometimes I love Record's straightness to his comment. Usually, when I ask a question, pretty much every time if he's listening, Record will be the one that answers it. But he's the kind of guy that's it's just so we're talking about a lot of the emotional stuff, and then he's coming with the one thing, and it's fair. It's a fair comment, but it's just like we've been rehearsing on Friday and Sunday, but it might be changing to Thursday and Sunday.
He's very matter of fact,
Yeah,
which is cool.
I love it.
No.
Because like, if it was Mish or something, I'd be expecting him to be turning around and go, and that could be a little bit awkward because I have to. Thursday's the night that I take. Well, Mish doesn't have a daughter. I was going to say Thursday's the night that I take my daughter to soccer practice or something like that. And I said soccer practice. I'm not even American. What's going on with my head? But you know what I mean? I just love that. Just like, thank you so much for answering the question.
Yeah, we appreciate the input. Yeah, I mean, Mish's thing here, he talks about when he does those Mish reviews videos. He does like 2 or 3 videos, or reviews in one sitting. That way he doesn't have to make each one a separate production. Saves a lot of time and dressing up and everything. Yeah, that's very efficient. To do it that way.
I think that. I have quite a similar thing with you, that kind of stuff, when I get around to fucking doing it. I remember I used to do all these rant videos when I'm walking around, and I want to get back to doing those. But one of my most important things, and you're the king of it, do it in one take.
Oh, I never do anything 2 takes.
Don't get yourself wrapped up in perfection, especially in the current land of social media, because people love the cracks and flaws. One of the only reasons I believe personally that XRP has been able to consistently have listeners for so long is because as professional stuff that we can get, we allow ourselves to be amateurs, and that's fine. That's okay. We have a theme tune now, but we'll still forget to turn the mic on. You know what I mean?
I know. Well, don't you think that's the thing about XRP? We're supposed to be unsigned and indie, right? Which to me means we don't need to be polished. If you write a tune and you produce it and you get the idea of it out there in the song, maybe it's not this pristine mix, or it's suitable for radio or some other bullshit. I don't worry about that. I mean, obviously, if I like flub a note really bad on a vocal, sure, I'm going to redo it. But I really think for me, the first track or 2 is much more immediate and has more presence to it. You get more attitude to it. After you've done the same guitar lick for like 30 times, it just gets flat and loses all of its punch. Everything you hear me do is pretty much 1 take. 2 is a rarity, but like I said, that's to correct something. Otherwise, it's 1 take pretty much with me on everything.
No, I agree. I think it's important to not. You see a lot of these videos. Have you seen all these like influencer videos online? Like overcut the fuck. It's like, hi, I am me, and I have, and it's like, what? You're cutting out all the are you? If you said
right, yeah, just overly edited.
No, go and watch your live time. You'll have. I'm pretending you have like a breakfast news channel thing.
Oh, sure, we do. Yeah, locally.
Morning things, they end up repeating the same thing for 3 hours in the morning with
correct
segments in. Now go listen to them seasoned, high-profile radio anchors. Listen to the amount of times they're like
yeah, right.
I don't know why independent influencers and that are like trying to outproduce multi-billion-dollar news corporations. It doesn't make sense for me. And if you look at it, they've been doing this for years. They're continuing to do that because they know it works and pulls viewers.
Right.
So why try and outproduce them, spending loads of time working all your stuff out, making it absolute glossy, when even the big brands aren't doing that? And it's not because we're big enough that we don't have to. It's because they know it works. Even though it's people like the cracks and flaws in things, there's nothing better than the moment where the anchor woman accidentally drops something on the floor or laughs at an inappropriate moment or stuff like that. You know what I mean? And you got to bear in mind all this live stuff, especially with the big brand major channels. They've got like a good 30-second to a minute preload, so they can cut shit like that out. So if someone drops an F-bomb, they're going to save their sales instead of getting sued. Right. Or whatever. So I don't really understand the need for so many people to be doing this.
Yeah. No, I agree.
A little bit of understanding how to speak in front of people on a mic, so you're not like boring or whatever, or doing what I'm doing at the moment, and doing the bit of kind of a Hugh Grant impression, shall we say?
Yeah, there we go.
I got someone at the door today said, "Have you been an episode? Have you been? Sorry, were you an extra on in Notting Hill?"
You should have said no, Benny Hill. Benny Hill, I was in. That's what I would have been the right answer. You know, we should probably play a song, huh? It's been a while.
Let's do it. We're having good discussion though. I like it. Well done, everyone, for getting involved in the chat box as well.
Yeah, folks in the chat are contributing, which is thank you again so much. This is what this show is about. So, all right, this song is a song called Dolls by a band called Last Inside.
Conversation's flowing.
I would say.
Oh, this reminds me very much of. Do you remember a while ago I told you that when I was young I was doing some hot bike trials in Bulgaria? That's not the important bit. I was in an internet cafe downstairs and met the Bulgarian guy that gave me all the metal on mini bits.
Yeah.
This reminds me very much
of really?
A lot of your music that was on there.
That's funny. It's so funny. Back when I was more of a church goer, we have a small Polish parish here, and we had a priest there from Poland, but he was a metalhead, and he gave me a whole bunch of copies CDs of Polish metal, and it was really, really good stuff. I couldn't understand a word of it, but it was great stuff.
We need to make her understand the outcome of her games. Consequences of her actions affect us all too. Through ignorance and selfishness, the next stop will be.
Is this the Italian band? For some reason I feel like these are Italian.
I don't know.
I don't know what. No. Definitely not. Maybe they're not that bad. The last time that band was based in was in 2012. Finish, I think that last concert.
Yeah.
Punk rock, punk and roll, alternative music. I'd say that's what this is.
Punk and roll?
Punk and roll.
Well, doesn't sound too punky, but okay.
I'd say it's quite punky.
Think so?
Got those punk blast beats.
Oh, yeah.
You're listening to XRP Radio. It's a Craig and T Show!
Woo!
That was probably the most generic DJ sounding that I've ever been in my life.
Nah, you didn't go woot 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 woot. Woot 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 woot. That would have been worse. Yeah, there you go.
Wiki. Oh, we're so cool.
I don't understand kid talk.
That was Last Inside from Dolls. I think we decided that they're from Finland, and their Facebook page is
decided they're from Finland.
Yeah, facebook.com/Last Inside Band, I believe, would be the correct place for you to go if you wanted to. Welcome, Eden Bank. Thanks for joining us in this that is the Craig and Tizz Show. We have been talking about kind of time management. How do you fit in being a musician into your normal kind of business and stuff,
and daily life and stuff.
Daily life, that. You know, how do you manage spending time with the kids and the family whilst getting ready for a sound check, and how do you balance that? I like Rekka filled out what he said. I kind of pointed him out there. He's probably going to have a go at me for calling him out.
Probably.
But he was mentioning that there might be changing the days that they rehearse. which means he gets an extra weekend night with the wife. Oh,
That's nice. He's a good guy.
he's a good guy.
He
Wonderful.
sure is.
Lovely.
It's funny. I mean, I really didn't talk about my personal experience that much, but when I was working, I worked nights. I worked on the night shift, right?
Mhm.
So Monday through Friday, my poor wife would be here by herself with the kids, having to pretty much raise them while I was at work. And then, it was hard for me because my gigs were always on Friday and Saturday nights, right? So I was never there at night to put my kids to bed and say I love you and all that stuff. And that hurt, it was hard. But I had them, obviously on the weekends, and during the day, Saturday and Sunday. That was, of course, all day Sunday. But it was hard. And I did that for years. I mean, our kids grew up with dad being in a rock band. I mean, for a while there, my band rehearsed in our basement, right? And they would go to their friends in school and talk about, well, my dad's band was playing this song. And it's like, isn't it natural for everybody to have a band in their basement? They grew up like there was nothing normal, nothing abnormal about it.
That is quite a cool thing. I do like the idea of Miles getting to say, I got a whole music studio in my house and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's some cool things. I'd agree with you though. The job that I'm doing now, it's kind of a bit of a flip turn actually, because I'm up in the morning, so I can do the whole morning thing with everyone, and that's great. And I've got a lot of time before I end up going out of work compared to usual 9-to-5ers. But then everything is done by the time I get back.
Yeah.
Everything, people like even Catherine's wanting to go to bed. Everything is finished. I get home and I've just got back from work. I could do things for a few hours maybe, but everyone's done. Everyone's finished. And I'm like, oh
yeah,
okay then. And then everyone's finished, so I can't sit in the studio making noise. I previously, recently I found it very difficult to fit anything musical in just because of the way that I work. I tend to start something and then hide in a room for 48 hours until it's done. But most of the bigger tracks that people enjoy of mine, I like. It's all just intense 2-day job work. Right. Once I've got a lyrical concept down and the vague chord pattern, then I walk into a studio and it never gets finished. It gets as finished as I finish it, and then I walk away. And that's why none of my tracks get finished, because the moment I walk away, I don't go back to them unless I'm mastering or mixing them for play anywhere. And that's why a lot of my tracks have just that weird end bit that just bassy pianos is definitely a culprit of that. The start of bassy pianos is probably one of the best things that I have ever made in my entire life, and the end of it is literally the worst thing that I've ever made in my entire life. And it's depressing every time I play it. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this. This was wicked, and then nope.
Yeah. No records talking about, he worked night shifts for the best part of 28 years. And there were parts of it that were cool. I mean, in the morning, if you want to go to the grocery store, there was nobody there. I get a doctor's appointment. It was easy, because the mornings were wide open. But sure miss those kids though, but I made more money working. There was a night differential, of course. I made more money working at night. So, back then in those days, my band was actually part of our income. That was all figured in as our budget. I mean, daycare was not cheap, because Connie worked too. And when our kids were little, we had to have daycare for them. So the band money went towards that too. It never was fun money for me, but 18 years. Yeah, but it felt like 28 though, right? Record, not 18. But yeah, there's a lot of sacrifices to be made,
I think one of my big issues is I was very lucky in my early life, and I managed to make sure that I had a lot of time to do stuff. From the moment I was in school, they called me a bit of a smart ass, because I remember my parents came in once and they were like, why has your son got 28% attendance basically? I just didn't turn up to my lesson. And they basically said, well, is he failing anything? And they're like, no. And I taught myself off things like YouTube. That I did my lessons, I did my coursework, I taught myself for my exams, in my own
Right.
way and created more time for myself. Then coming out of school, I did a bit of bar work, but I was pretty much straight into my own studio, age 18. Alongside that, doing my uni courses and my college courses. So I was really lucky in the fact that up until pretty much 2 years ago, from the early incarnation of XRP as its initial, it paid for me to live up until now, basically.
Right.
So I had all the time in the world to do whatever the hell I completely managed every moment of my own time. That was amazing. That was so good because it's studio work. You really can manage. You can be like, okay, we're getting your band in and we're doing overnight sessions for a weekend, and your whole day is still free because I needed my days free because I wanted to do something else. You are really able to manage every little aspect of your life. So if you turn around and go, right, I've got some inspiration, when your phone rings and go, we need some studio time. Oh, sorry, you're gonna have to wait till tomorrow. Goodbye. But so the flip around now to not having, like, I can't organize myself at time because it's just 1 hour here and 2 hours there, and I'm having to like pick it out of thin air. And the other problem is a lot of the time it only arrives at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not pre-planning. I've got 4 hours spare I've got 4 hours next Tuesday, so I can do something there. All of a sudden on Tuesday at 6 o'clock, oh shit, I've got 4 hours spare now. And
right
when it's like that, I just instantly just got, right, we're going to chuck on some games and watch some telly or something like that. Which is not good use of that time. I understand.
Right.
Time management's hard, man. When
really
you've
is,
got
man.
so much other stuff, family life, job, other job, radio station, trying to maybe want to do music. I do really want to make some tracks. I do, honestly. It's kind of frustrating having this whole very nice studio in here. That I spent a lot of effort to make this studio a really nice studio. For it to only be used as radio work since its conception, kind of depressing. Kind of. The only thing that I've done in here was mix and master Mish's stuff, I think.
Probably
that's the only thing that hasn't been radio work that I've done in here, and that's it sometimes makes me want to sell stuff to be like, I've got KRK Rocket 6 mastering speakers in here, and I'm not using them to master. Someone else could get such better usage out of everything in here. It's sure. But then again, in the same breath, how many unwrapped games do you have on the shelf, Craig?
Oh, and movies too that I haven't watched yet. Yeah, it's horrible. You kind of hit on an interesting point too. It's like, if I'm not working on music down here, then I feel like, well, not coming from a place of ego, but you guys on the video feed can see the gear behind me, right? I have quite a bit of an investment here, in instruments and gear and whatnot. I feel like if I'm not using this all the time, then it's just sitting here wasting, So that's a big thing too for me.
I'm a big believer. I mean, I get infuriated by other people. So not so much these days, but a few years ago, I ran so much of XRP off this damn thing. Oh, it's a phone. You can't see it. My phone. Like I could run the servers. I could get into the servers via it. I did a lot more. It's a bit different now and a lot easier for me, to be honest. But I needed a powerful phone. If I tried to do it on a shit Samsung, my phone would just be slow. It would glitch out. So I went for pro iPhones, right? And it took me, the first time I went for pro iPhone, I had to save a lot of money. It wasn't an easy thing for me to acquire right at that time. And then I see things like Catherine's mum get an iPhone 16 Pro Max Plus, and all she uses it for her emails.
Yeah, right.
Looking at the Ring doorbell camera, and I'm sitting there going, why have you spent that much? Like, you've just spent it to have the best phone that's out, but you're not using it. You don't need that phone. Yeah. It's absolutely. It looks the same pretty much as the cheaper model, and it would work exactly the same for you. And that, and I get that about my own gear. I'm so annoyed that this costs this much money, and I'm not using it. Someone should get use out of it. Definitely. Yeah. That's it's a pet hate of mine. If someone, it's a big problem in my family as well. And it used to be with my brother and my nan specifically, like my mum would buy a new TV, and then my nan would buy the 2-inch bigger one. My mum would buy a computer, and my nan would buy the computer with 2 extra gigabytes of RAM.
Right.
I'd go buy a set of microphones, and my brother would buy a PA system. It's that kind of, and it's like, why?
Right, the old, yeah, the old
especially
one
with my nan, it's like you can't even see the TV. You can't see it, right? A bigger one is not going to do any benefit to you. You may as well just play it through the speakers and have a nice little colourful ball in the corner.
Right.
Funny.
That
it just infuriates me, that kind of stuff. Needless purchases.
Yup.
Say the man that's got that's got a fucking Mos Eisley cantina of Lego to build. Anyway,
but I digress.
It's time for the next tune, and there's a lot of talking about the next tune.
Oh, there might be. We'll see if we can kind of rein it in a little bit. The next song needs no introduction. No. The next song is the final verse, and that's by me. And this just got released last night. And a bit of a backstory about this one. This has a bit of a history. This was a song that I had written to say goodbye to all of you. I was at a point when I wrote this where I didn't do this anymore. I thought I was out of creative juice. I got tired of just trying to top myself, and let's do Cluckzilla again, and let's do, Captain Midnight again. And it all starts to sound the same to me. And it's kind of, and I'm getting old, and I have tinnitus in my head really horribly some days, and it really frustrates me when I'm trying to listen to music and whatnot. And I was getting tired, and I was feeling my age, and I just said, well, I'm going to write a song where I just talk about a guy that it's this older musician, and he's sitting in his little practice room, and it's like 2:00 in the morning, and the house is still, and he's all by himself. And he lights a candle, and he's trying to finish this song he's working on, and he just can't get it. He just can't feel it. He can't get the end of it, and he starts to reflect back on all the years of all the gigs he's done and all the people he's played in front of and all the audiences he entertained, and was the whole thing worth it, and should he continue or just figure, fine, I'm done, and I have to give a lot of credit to both you and ALC for this song, because when I went to visit her with Connie before she moved over to be with you in Scotland, I brought her a real rough mix of this on my phone, and I played it for her, and she liked how raw it was. All it was one guitar and one vocal, and really immediate and very stark, And I said, it's so hard for me because me, I'd put violins on it and I'd put an orchestra there and try to really make it sound like more of a production. She said, don't you dare. She said, leave it the way it is. So it's recorded with just one guitar and a vocal. It does have a second guitar for a solo, but it's all acoustic. Very intimate, not a bunch of reverb and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't sound big, And then Tizz, you were the guy where I mentioned the whole idea about this guy is in his little practice room and whatnot. It's late at night and he's by himself with his thoughts, and you were the one talking about, well, why don't you set the picture with some sound? Why don't we hear the door open to the practice room. We hear the guy light the candle. We hear him take the guitar out of the case, and he has this breath, I was like, man, what do I do now? And that was your suggestion, and I took that to heart because I call them atmospherics. I love putting sounds into songs. So, needless to say, I didn't quit. I got the strength to keep going, and I'm, I struggle with this a lot. You guys know that.
You've done a thing that a lot of people do, and a lot of people should realize you can do. You've taken your struggle and made it into the thing that you were struggling with.
I guess I did. I never really thought about it, but I guess in the end, it was good therapy for me to kind of put the whole thing out there for everybody to see. Well, here's how I feel, guys. But anyway, yeah, this is the final verse, and this is by Craig Allen Hecht. So push the button.
It's 2 a.m. on a Friday night, a small room bathed in candlelight, as weathered fingers hold a dirty pen, scrawling words on an empty page, filled with doubt, frustration, rage, as he tries to write this song again. The muse's voice falls on deafened ears as it gets harder through the years to craft a tune that he finds fresh and new. He seeks originality, but all he finds is tragedy. Perhaps his days of writing songs are through. All the songs he's ever sung, all the times he took the stage, giving all he could to every crowd. All the stories he has told, but now he's getting old, and the ringing in his head is just too loud. Is it a blessing or a curse? Has he written the final verse? Music now has lost its soul, turned into an opinion poll, a business filled with figures, stats, and lies. Writing songs was once an art, reaching out to people's hearts. Now it's a game, and empty fame's the prize. All the songs he's ever sung, all the times he took the stage, giving all he could to every crowd. All the stories he has told, but now he is getting old, and the ringing in his head is just too loud. Is it a blessing or a curse? Has he written the final verse? It's 2 a.m. on a Friday night, a small room bathed in candlelight, as a gray-haired man sets down a dirty pen. His guitar goes back into its case, the tears are running down his face, and he never tries to write this song again. Is it a blessing or a curse? Has he written the final verse?
I have so many layers of comments for this. Some funny, some serious.
You've got 40 minutes. Go.
Well, firstly, love that you got a little tremble in your voice, and it really adds. It really adds a lot. That just little tremble. I don't know whether it was intentional or just how you were feeling at the moment, but I think this goes back to the joy of single takes. If you wrote something, you're feeling emotional at the time, and you do it in one take, you're going to get all that kind of vulnerability and feeling in your vocals that you're not going to get after your 10th and 11th take.
Right.
So that was lovely. Now for a funny one. It's quite the guitar styling is quite Tenacious D, mate. I hate to say.
Come on. Okay.
I think it's a little bit. What's his name? Kyle. Look at little Kyle.
Gass.
Aye, Kyle.
Yeah,
Gass.
Kyle Gass.
I think it's a little bit his styling and quite a similar tone, if I may say, as well. So when you first come in and you say it's 2 a.m., right in my head, I I was expecting you to say, it's 2 a.m., motherfucker. That's all I can think of. And the second
that's a
time right at the end, that's all
That's
I
a
could
staple,
hear.
man.
2 a.m., motherfucker.
Oh,
I don't know
funny.
why.
I'll have to
It was
redo it.
really drilled in my head, that did.
Oh,
Lovely
Lord.
guitar as well.
Thank you, sir.
A few little I know the joy of not misfretted notes, but a couple of lilted beats that fitted, if that were kind of slid into a little moment of swing for 2 notes, but it worked. And I don't think it was intentional, but again, the joy of little accents and stuff that you can get in doing it in a couple of takes and not being overly processing with like cutting out problems and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that was the idea.
And also,
there was
also very unique for you. You know, there was only one layer of actual acoustic guitar that was doing the main bit. Have you ever done that before?
No. Nuh-uh. There's always been at least 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because generally I go 2 hard left and hard right. You know, no, it's funny. I damn near redid the solo because the very last note I just missed the fret by a bit and I pinched it. And I go, yeah, but the whole idea of the song is that this guy is tired, and why make it perfect? So I didn't go back and change it. But
I don't know if this is intentional as well, but right at the end where you finish, is this the final verse?
Right.
And like it's the 3rd bar that you finish singing on, and you also finish on an upward inflection, which is metaphorically quite clever because it's almost like, is this the final verse? We're expecting more now because there's more to be got.
Oh, I could cut it off?
No, never thought of it. Right now.
Never thought of it. Nope.
Yeah,
nope.
I really was expecting kind of just a finishing line there, but actually you've created kind of a metaphorical masterpiece at the end.
To be honest with you, I didn't know.
Metaphorical is the wrong word, but you know, people.
I didn't know how to end it.
I did have a feeling where like, is this the final verse? Dun 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 dun. Dun.
Yeah, I didn't have a clue. It just kind of peters out at the end, basically. But so does he.
It did work. I like it.
Well, thank you. I'm quite fond. Thank you. I'm quite fond of it.
You know, I'm getting emotional about a song where I suddenly go quiet and then I type my comments into the chat box because I don't want to interrupt it with my own horribly loud voice.
Yeah, so that's done. I guess that's in the past. I guess we just keep moving onward until my next crisis.
All right then. So what's next? Captain Midnight meets Clicky? No.
Yeah, let's not go there. Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much. Yeah, we're 40 minutes in. We still have show and tell. We have Geek Time. We have about like 4 more songs as well. And
luckily they're not the 4 more songs is only 12 minutes worth of music. So
good.
I think we can fit everything in and maybe even play a couple of people that are here as well, as we kind of half promised in our promotional post, and then we got carried away talking. Sorry.
I would just love to hear some of the folks in the chat box, to be honest with you.
Excellent. Well, shall we do a quick show and tell, and then shall we play some chat boxes?
I think that's a fantastic idea.
Excellent. I think it's got to be you first because you were more prepared for this than me this time. It seems to be whoever's more prepared goes first.
I probably am. Okay. Like I said in last week's episode, my wife and I have been participating in the Minnesota Shop Hop, quilt store Shop Hop, where you go to different quilt stores, driving around the state and looking at quilt stuff, fabrics and whatnot. And I need to show you guys this really cool quilt she's going to be making for me. And I love dragons, all the medieval stuff. Anyway, this thing is called the Ancients. And if I can get a shot.
Got it. I've seen like bits of bit. That is cool though.
Yeah, that's going to be a quilt when I get it. There we go. Something like that.
That is straight out of like House of Dragon size.
Yeah, it really is. But
that's like a wall tapestry that you expect in a castle.
And that's what we're going to do too, because we're going to make the quilt and just probably mount it down here in the studio on the wall.
Awesome.
But I've got like 3 different kits just like this. There are different patterns and colors and whatnot. But But yeah, that's my show and tell for this
That's
week.
awesome.
Is I can't wait to see it. It's going to be really cool.
The cool thing is you've just given you a show and tell for in a month's time. I don't know how long it's going to take to make a call, but you've got another show and tell too.
I don't.
No, well, you will do when it's made.
Oh, then yes. I'm sorry. Duh. I will. So you're next, pal. Go ahead.
Mine's less cool. So we're going back to a Lego thing here.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So I showed you the unbuilt Mos Eisley in the box, ready to go. Right.
Yes.
So our plan with this is to get a lot of our Mos Eisley build stuff. So we've got a Sarlacc pit as well, of course.
Cool.
A few little other bits and pieces that would go in that kind of on that planet in the same realm.
Right.
And we're gonna pull it all into a glass coffee table.
Oh, okay.
Sealed on all sides with the scene all glued in place there. So we're gonna have like a Lego just for our front living room, which and we're gonna get all the brick lights for it, which we have for a lot of it. So I can't bring the whole table in, but we have the table. We've got to stage one, and this is stage two, I guess. I have to be so careful now.
Oh, I'm sure.
So we couldn't fit. We were going to have the Falcon taken off in the just on the floor, but the coffee table's not quite big enough, and we can't get a bigger coffee table for the room.
Sure.
So now we've made it fully take off.
Oh, sweet.
We've got Rebel sign.
Where did you find the stand, man?
Amazon of all places.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And whilst for a bit of acrylic, it was moderately expensive if you're just talking for a piece of acrylic. If you've looked at any other Lego stands for anything else, this would have been like £80 to £90 easily. Amazon, 20 quid.
That's not bad.
Buzzing about that. And it's actually got little places for the minifigs.
Oh yeah, I see.
To go on
that's
the bottom.
cool.
Probably not going to do that because we're going to set up a whole diorama with the minifigs and such.
Right. No, that's cool, man.
And it's got a place for the brick lights to go in, so you won't see you'll see the wire a bit, but it's kind of neatly placed. And you can still access all of the Falcon.
Wow.
Now I'm nerdy as fuck, so this is all me. We've even got the game board, the chessboard there.
Oh, the holochess.
Yeah. It's got another name, and I'm really upset that I can't think of what it is at the moment. And then we've got the little lift in the middle.
Oh yeah.
Lifts,
yep.
And goes up and down to the turret guns and such. And there's an escape pod in here somewhere, but I forget how to get to it. I think it's underneath.
Okay.
And yeah, we got the moving guns on the bottom still as well.
Nice. That's really cool.
Little turret guns on the top. So yeah, stage one. The unfortunate thing I was going to say, the unfortunate thing with this level of show and tell, you will be getting updates as we go along. I know.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Eventually, unfortunately, I think I'm going to end up having to bring photos to show and tell because I don't think I can bring the whole coffee table.
Your coffee table downstairs? I don't think so. Yeah, that's cool.
Either that, or I've got to get a mobile camera. I'll take you out to the living room. Then you get to see my living room. And that might not be a good idea.
Sure. Cool. Yeah, the tour of the XRP towers. That'd be cool.
That's a little bit of show and tell. Completely unmusical this week.
Yep.
I love it I love it. Right, I need to put that back on because no one wants to see the radiator behind me. Craig's got a cool layout. Like if you guys, Craig's big instead. Oh, there we go.
Hey,
if you saw like from behind me, it looks wicked. Looks like an absolute starship in front of me. But everyone apparently wants to see me and not the back of my head and my chair. And behind me is just a green screen, a bit of a radiator, and a fan.
Yeah, that's the thing. I wish I had a camera to my side because that's where all the cool stuff is. There's like this gigantic, well, you can kind of see the 3 keyboard tier stand, but to my left is like this big table full of guitar pedals all put together. And then my recorder, my mixer, my iPad, my stereo monitor speakers and all that stuff. Then behind me is my big stereo just down here, just for listening to music. It's got four speakers on that. Thing is gigantic. But yeah, you kind of get the straight shot behind me. But over here to this side, it's pretty fun too.
I mean, it's still pretty cool behind you. You've got what, 7 guitars?
There's 14. There should be. Let's see, somewhere in the case. I got 4. Hold on, 4, 8. I got 8 electrics, 8, 9, 10, 11, 3 acoustics, and upstairs I have a semi-hollow body Taylor electric acoustic, and that's upstairs in the case. So I lost count.
Is it that like a resin back one?
It's kind of like that, yeah. It's called a TZ5 or no T5Z Taylor, and it's really cool. It's like it's like a thin line, a hollow body. It's Hawaiian koa. It's just a gorgeous guitar. That stays upstairs for the I have that second little spot called the Nook upstairs. I use this for writing. That guitar lives up there for that. So yeah, I think there's 13, 14, whatever. Anyway, but I digress.
I have a bass. Actually, I have 2 basses, but one's just out of action.
That was like I have a bass. I like that.
I have a bass. I have the bass. I have the bass I always wanted.
You do. You're a music man. That's a sweet bass, man.
Sweet bass. Sweet.
It is.
I don't think I'll ever buy another bass. Honestly,
it's all about that bass.
If I bought anything else, I'd buy an electric stick.
Oh yeah, like a Chapman. Oh, that kind of
yeah. Electric upright. I just call them an electric stick because most of them just are a stick with strings.
That's what they look like, right?
But yeah, I think I might get one of those. I'd love a Chapman stick. There's no way I can afford one. They're like made to order for. I think the cheapest one that I saw was £3,000.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
No, and I know the same as many instruments in here. They won't get played anywhere near enough as they should. I can't go up to $3,000 level instruments if I'm not playing the $1,000 instruments that I do have. In fairness, although I'd love to have them, but I think like if I was going to spend $1,000 on something that was in effect like a collectible, not a functional object, I think Catherine would insist it went on Star Wars Lego.
Oh, I'm sure. That makes sense.
Yeah. Right. Should we have some Eden back? What I'm going to do, I'm going to play a track from everyone in the chat box, but I'm going to be straight with you. It's just going to be the shortest track that you have. Whatever you've uploaded, it's going to be the shortest one so we can fit them all in and hopefully play the rest of the playlist that we said we were going to play as well.
Yes.
Is that a good deal?
I think it works really well. That way we get all of our music out and everybody gets to hear their stuff, and that's great.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to start off with, I'm not looking at it at the moment, the last person that was that said something in the chat box, which was Eden Bank.
It is.
I love just giving reasons for doing stuff, even if they're weird ones. Eden Bank's shortest track. We only have 2 in from them that I've downloaded already anyway. Landmines and Found. Found is the shortest. We are playing Found from Eden Bank.
There you go.
Winners! Stunner of a track this is, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Of that really delayed attack.
Right.
Almost sounds reversed.
One of my favorite effects is like a reverse swell.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Dig my toes into the sand where the waves
Never prepared for her vocals either.
land.
I think I'm prepared, and then I'm like, oh yeah, no, they're better than I remember. Yeah.
Like 1,000 camera flashes, and the breeze blows through me. Salt water stings my cheeks. when I'm on the edge of emergency and peace. When I'm with you, I'm found. When I'm with you, I'm found. When I'm with you, I'm found. There's a hole in my heart where hope used to be. I wanna run until I can't breathe, until I'm weak in the knees. And if I was swallowed whole, I know you'd search for me. When I'm on the edge of emergency and peace. When I'm with you, I'm found. When I'm with you, I'm found. When I'm with you, I'm found. When I'm with you, I'm found.
That's a tagline you've got to put on your next promotion.
When I'm with you, I'm found.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Too.
Thank you for not saying with.
With you, I'm found. When I'm with you, I'm found.
I haven't tried that one yet. Maybe one day.
I like the way that feels. I like the way this feels. I like the way you feel. I like the way that feels.
Out of context, this could be a completely different track. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so heat exhausted today. My head has gone very silly. Very, very silly. See, Rekka, talking about time management, fitting in the dishes whilst listening to XRP, that's allowed.
I do laundry when I listen.
I've had a lot of things happen to me whilst I'm on air. That sounds a lot worse than for people that are listening in the break. First, that was found by Eden Bank, absolute stunner of a track. It always, every time I play it, I'm not ready for how good it is. I know it's good, but I'm like, we do have a lot of kind of pretty acoustic female sung acoustic music, and some blend into others because they are of similar vibes. So I'm instantly thinking very good, very tenacious D guitar.
See,
brilliant. I know it's going to be a very good acoustic-y singer-songwriter thing because I've got that in my head. That's what Eden Bank do very good. And then I press play and I'm like, no, it's not good. It's really fucking good. I'm underselling it here. Absolutely fantastic. Also, could be a completely different song. The heat has made me so stupid. I was going to say something funny and then I forgot it already. It's ridiculous. Right then, who's the last person that isn't Eden Bank to speak in the chat box? It's Mish.
It's Mish.
What is the shortest song that I have here from Mish? Is it New Device? I think it's New Device.
Really?
Oh no. Oh, I'm in Priz.
Ah, yes, he's in Priz.
There is also the very short song that he did for ALC, which is only 34 seconds, so I'll play that and I'm in Priz just for shits and giggles. So this is a song for ALC from Mish. You've heard it before, it's fine. And then we'll have I'm in Priz from Mish. And that'll be like 2 minutes worth of stuff.
Okay.
Deal.
ALC can't be bothered to brush her hair. Even on new baby playing video, she just doesn't care. She knows she will look a lot better when she lets it down. But she's too lazy and she just makes all of us frown. Slut. Oh, I'm in trouble now, I'm in trouble now, I'm in trouble now. She's gonna kick my ass. I'm in trouble now, I'm in trouble now, I'm in trouble with my LC. I don't see the sunshine in the morning. I don't see the moonlight at night. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Dropped myself well and truly in the I'm in Priz, I'm in Priz. I am innocent, but I go to Priz. I'm in Priz, I'm in Priz. I didn't do it, but I ended up in Priz. I was taken down straight from the courtroom to the loudest block with the worst of them all. I think this was to give me a pre-warning. This is where you end up if you bust our balls. I'm in Priz, I'm in Priz. I am innocent, but I go to Priz. I'm in Priz, I'm in Priz. I didn't do it, but I ended up in Priz. I'll never see the sunshine and I'll never see the moonlight.
ALC's here, poking her head round.
Yay! Tobacco for my life. Keep myself to myself. A shadow on
You want to see if you can see him, do you?
I tried to keep
There's
it
a hand.
straight, but I still
Floating head.
The disembodied head.
I'm in Priz. I am innocent, but I go to Priz. I'm in Priz. I'm in Priz. I didn't do it, but I ended up in Priz.
Well, Miss, she was in trouble.
Oh, right, okay. Fair enough. ALC just wants to say that you're in trouble, Mish.
Big trouble. Big fights, Smash.
Big fights.
Big fights.
Big fights. Oh, dear. Right. Yeah, 2 tracks by Mish. One was a track and one was insult. So much trouble, Mish. There's only one other that needs to be played, and that's from Rekka. What's the shortest track? I know that I have a problem sometimes where I'm playing with Rekka. Is everything that I've got by you I'm allowed to play now? Because I forget. I know there was one that was like a special for the show. I think Shoot is their shortest track. So I think I'm going to play Shoot, and hopefully I'm not going to go to Priz for copyright infringement. Good. Okay. Rekka, Shoot. I don't know what's happening anymore. It's too hot.
Every time you crank one of these up and I hear that guitar sound, man, I'm like, how is he doing that?
It's chunky but trebly.
It is. It's got definition like crazy. He does.
Who's gonna walk through that door? Are you ready?
That's true. He'll eat it all.
Are you ready? Shoot, shoot, I'm coming for you. Shoot, shoot, the writing's on the wall.
Oh, this show is madness.
Coming for you. Shoot, shoot, I'm gonna take you down. Stevie,
Oh dear.
you down.
Yeah,
Oh dear. It's my fault. I know, they know.
it is your fault.
I'm sorry, everyone. I get silly in the hot. I get silly in the hot.
Ay, ay, ay.
I don't know what just happened in Wrecker's Tune, but it's influenced us all in a negative way, I feel.
Yeah, I blame him. Oh man.
Talking about time saving. Just doing a post for Friday and I've missed all your piss taking. See, that's saving time. No. Yeah, LC can't wear underwear with Missy's face on it. No, it's not happening. Sorry.
You know, I love how this show starts out with a serious topic, and by the time we quit, it's like it just descends into madness. Sometimes,
Well,
you know.
That's because we lull people into a false sense of security that this is actually a sensible show in any way, and then we warp their minds.
And ours as well, apparently, on the way. You know.
LC. Only because I won't admit it would turn him on too much. No, that's if Missy's face was in your underwear. Oh, what? Oh. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Oh dear. Right. Let's.
Because you showed up, Wrecker. That's why you made the mistake of showing up.
Oh dear. I'm sorry.
Oh,
If we all don't have a silly 5 minutes, what will we have?
I'm happy this is on so late where you live because it makes more sense when you're half asleep, I think.
No, it doesn't.
Back-
It doesn't at all. Nothing makes
Cat.
sense at the moment.
Yes,
There's a
please
cat
hold.
screaming in the background that doesn't make
No,
any sense.
please hold.
What am I
Oh,
holding for?
man. Back to your regularly scheduled
Okay.
programming.
We need that picture of the girl with the clown, with all the coloured bars around him. You know the one.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Technical difficulties.
Wow.
Dear.
Don't wear the pants inside out. That's a good song title, Wrecker. You guys should write that one down.
Definitely.
Yes.
Don't
Oh,
wear the
man.
pants inside out. That's the closest that I can get to Alan's voice. Should we play some of these other tunes? We've barely
We
got
probably
enough time
should
to
do
play
that
them.
because it's almost time to go.
It is. We have 13 minutes and 12 minutes of songs to play, mate. So
Well,
let's
there you go. Let's
What's
do it.
next up?
All right. Would you like 4 in a row, or you would like one
We'll
at a time?
We'll do two, and then two, then
All right.
play, then two.
Next up is "Smile" by Brian McKell and "Growing Older" by Speed Frisbee.
I have to say, you going Speed Frisbee, and then this track played, didn't quite work.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We would lay outside, watch the stars, waiting for the firefly. Then you softly whisper in my ear, run away with me, my
That's
dear.
right. Speed Frisbee. Look at this.
Oh, I
Oh,
would
well.
smile and say, take my hand, move closer to me. Darling, when I'm laying here with you, I'm free. Oh, I'm free. I still remember when you'd smile every time you heard my name. I would do the same. And I'm sorry, dear, if I seem insincere, but there's hope for me. You just hold me near, and even when the sun goes down, I'll still be there for you. And your smile becomes a frown. When your smile becomes a frown. I still remember
Bit of a Dylan
time
vibe here, but
we
no.
would lay outside, watch the
Like the
stars,
little cats.
waiting for the fireflies. And you softly whisper in my ear, run away with me, my dear. And I would smile, and say, take my hand.
Yeah, this one's more Speed Frisbee.
Speed Frisbee.
That works, yeah.
That's a great band name, if you ask me.
This is one of those shows that would be good at the start of like program. In tonight's show, we're going to be talking to
Speed Frisbee.
Oh, we got a Flake Belly in as well.
I think what I want to do is I want to go to an Eden Bank gig, and I want to be the guy to introduce them on stage and use that voice. That'd be great. And now, Eden Bank. That'd be wonderful. Yeah. Those guys need to have a Cookie Monster vocal guy. Don't you think? It'd be Ashley singing something else. Like, that'd be perfect. And then it goes back to, you know? That'd be great.
I don't think Ashley's going to enjoy that.
That was my
That
Ashley
impersonation
impersonation. And then, that'd be great.
There's like a bit of a weird, mad old woman in a. You know Little Britain, don't you?
Yeah, kind of.
There's an old woman in that just goes. She does weird things and then she just goes. Like nibble, kind of walk up, and that's what you sounded like then.
She wants to know she sounds like Elmo. That was kind of Elmo. Elmo says here, yeah, that's kind of, I guess. Oh man. Oh, I get it. Elmo and Cookie Monster. See where she's going?
Oh.
Cookie Monster vocals, and then see.
There we go.
All
You're
right.
listening to XRP. That's growing older by Speed Frisbee. We're gonna have to do quite a swift sign off here, Craig. We got 2 more
Right
tracks
on.
to play, and we really should.
We better.
It's been a pleasure to entertain everyone for the evening. Please do come back next week. We do this every single Wednesday from 10 till 12 p.m. GMT. That's UK time, or
4 until 6 p.m. in the afternoon, USA time. Central time, I should say.
if you turn up as you have heard just there, we will squeeze you in. Even if we have to pick the shortest tracks that we have by you just to do so, we'll do it.
We'll do it.
And you know what? The more people that turn up, the less we speak in that way. So that could be a good or bad thing.
So you guys win.
Yeah, yeah. Then we'll have to do some of the segments whilst the tracks are playing in the green room.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. Oh, that could be a way to do things, or a terrible way to do things. We'll work out.
I think so too.
Work out at a different point. Do you have any final words, Craig?
I do not. Sorry, I guess you wanted more. Thank you all for being thank you all for being a part of this thing. And we'll see you same time next week.
Do we have 2 more tracks to sign them off with?
We do. The last 2 songs we're going to leave you with are Small Time by Half Moon Panic and Oriane by Holly Lovelady.
See you later, everybody.
Bye-bye. Okay, everything is crossed off the list.
You did well.
We did. Nice job.
That was horrifically smooth considering the day that I've had in the heat.
Well, I'd like to thank our production team and our team of writers.
They're
And,
fantastic.
Yes, there's a group of dozens behind us that make this
Yes.
show come off so well.
The research team that comes up with the topic every
The
week.
research team.
Hi. The curators that get all the music together. Thank you.
Not to mention our wardrobe people.
Yeah, wardrobe, fantastic, getting great shirts like this.
Hair by no one.
Yeah, no, I am absolutely amazed. Right, it's too hot for my hat. No one's mentioned it.
I was gonna say something.
Not
but
one
whatever.
person have said anything about me being hatless, and that surprises me because I'm pretty sure nobody here has ever seen my real hair.
You probably haven't.
Right. I've tried to keep the headphones at a good angle, so it almost good. I like this mix of the male-female vocals there. Nice.
I do too.
Great bass tone as well.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get a chance to do what's for dinner, but that's okay. My dinner is nothing that amazing this week, so that's fine.
I can't remember what I'm having. What I had? Oh, I had steak and potatoes. If everyone needed to know, steak, potatoes, and broccoli today.
Yeah, I'm just warming up. I've got leftover frozen pizza from last week, so nothing too earth-shattering.
Leftover frozen pizza from last week.
From last night.
Oh right, I was gonna say.
Not week. Good Lord, no.
That. I was thinking like you ordered it. This is something that I think Cat's done before, and I can't get my head around it. Like ordered a frozen pizza, but not eating it all. No, ordered a real pizza, but not eating it all. Then frozen it, and then eating it.
Oh, that's bizarre.
I'm glad someone did it.
We're still hitting the small time again. Feels like the small time. Welcome to the small time. Feels good to be small time. Join me in the small time.
How do you define important? Yeah.
Good question. What is important?
That was my first question.
Good question. I try not to. Then if they break, you can't be upset about it.
Now, there you go. Well, you're honest about it.
Oh, dear. I mean, I'd say like my job's important, but I don't really want it. So
yeah, I know.
But the majority of important things are really not things that I want to mention that are important. This house is quite important. I would have electricity if I wasn't in this house, and I wouldn't be doing this show. But the fact that I have to pay for the things in this house and the electric.
You see, Mish? That's a valid question.
Welcome to the small time. Feels good to be small time. Join me in the small time.
impotent question. What do you think they're going to ask you? How's your willy today, Craig?
Is that going to be a new segment?
How's your willy? How's your willy?
How's your willy? How's your willy? Who's going to write that one?
I'm out. That's not for that one. Not for me.
Oh, impudent. Okay.
100%. Yes. Right.
There must be time for one more song, one more song, one more song.
Because I don't play that enough.
The magic's worn off, the show's been to town. He's shown his magic trick, now the curtain has come down. So sat before me, sipping on her whiskey, broken hearted.
It's a cool little bass sound.
Right.
That's quite.
I'm sorry, I really am. He pulled the rabbit out of the hat. You couldn't see for looking, so you took him right back. The doves flew out of his coat. He put his hand in his pocket and gave you a note. Gloria, Gloria, Gloria. I'm sorry, I really
I don't know if I've got the wrong side of these lyrics, but all I can think about is a magician that's really upset a girl called Orianne.
That might be it. I don't know. Maybe Orianne's the name of the rabbit.
I'm so sorry.
No more carrots for you.
Oh dear. It was just all that stuff about like pulling the rabbit out of the hat and giving you a rope in it from the pocket. And what was the other thing?
I can't remember. Oh, what a great name for a band, man. Big Tiger Dick.
What the? Where did, oh, right, Mitch. Okay then.
Wow. Write that down, Tizz. Good evening. You're a big tiger dick.
Right,
That's
thanks for
great.
everyone that's been watching. Great track there from Holly Lovelady. It's been great to have all of you watching, joining in, and all the people in the chat. Big shout out, big preps, as it were. Big ups to Mish, Eden Bank, and Rekka for joining us in the chat box today.
Right on.
And with the discussion as well. That's what we like. We will be back next week. It's been a pleasure to entertain you, and we'll leave you in the capable hands of our. Well, it's our theme tune again. I'm sorry. Deal with it.
to the grave.